All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm here with Blaine Scatcherd from St. Joe's. Blaine had a pretty big year coaching, and we're going to pop on here, talk about the team and, his experience at Acadia and how it all kind of unfolded. So why don't you start with just telling us briefly what brought you to Acadia?
Well, thanks a lot for having me, Connor. So my name is Blaine Scatcherd from Ottawa, Ontario. And as I was finishing up my kind of high school career, Connor, I'm not going to lie to you, I was not necessarily convinced I was going to play university football. Not that I didn't want to, and I'm not really sure if I had the talent to be able to do so. I'd only played a couple of years of football at the time. And in my grade 13 year, which we used to have back in the day, OAC at the All-Star game, Danny Laramie, ironically, who at the time was the OC and now is on my coaching staff, ends up coming to the practices of the All-Star game and at the game, and I had a pretty good game. And next thing you know, he's kind of all over me to come to Acadia, and I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know what to say. I come home, tell my parents, and they're as shocked as me, wondering, well, first of all, where is Acadia? And didn't know you were going to play football. And then we end up, getting that kind of application process done a little bit late and end up at Acadia. And, I think the first week and a half, I was a little lost. I'm down there on my own. I don't know a lot. I was one other guy from Ottawa at the time, Joey Smith. But he was a Corrine Wilson kid, and I didn't really know him well. But, you get back to your dorm room at night, and it's just you, and you start wondering yourself, what the hell am I doing here? And then that quickly goes away, right? You get towards the end of the second week, and then, the rest of the university population comes in for Frosh Week, and things start to change, right? And it ends up being a spot where I was there for 5 years. I played for 5, ended up coaching for a year, came back from France and coached for 1 year, which was great. And, I still miss it today. Still keep in touch with a lot of people from Acadia. And when I get a chance to get down there, it brings back a lot of great memories.
Oh, 100%. I think we're all, kind of low-key nostalgic, and we all go through those same cycles too. You're there for training camp, and then you're left wondering, what the hell am I doing? And then you kind of get over that hump, and then you're in love with Wolfville, so to speak. So that's awesome. And as far as your season this year with St. Joe's, you guys did quite well. Dive into that a little bit. Tell us about the dynamic, all the players, and what's going on.
Yeah, we've established quite a program here at St. Joe's, Connor, that I'm very proud of. Football is thriving here. We have 3 teams. We have our varsity team, of which we just concluded our season. We have a girls tackle team, which I'm super excited that we are one of only 3 teams in Ottawa and 8 teams in the province with a high school team. And we have a junior football program, which is in the spring. And, in all cases, the 2 varsity teams, the girls and the boys, we have over 100 people try out. And the junior team as well, we had, excellent numbers for trials. So football is really thriving at our school. I'm lucky. I have 14 coaches on our varsity team, which is, probably second to none definitely in the city. Some high school programs still only have 2 or 3 coaches. And I can tell you right now, it's doable. You can do it. It's just you can't do it right? It's really hard to run a program with 2 coaches. And not only do I have, numbers on the coaching staff, I've got, coaches who've coached in the CIS and the CFL. And obviously Danny Laramie, who everybody knows from Acadia, is now my defensive coordinator. And he's really changed, what we do on defense and help continue to build the culture we had started here. And so I'm proud of what we have. We have a program where, Connor, every night we have 50 guys at practice. We take 55.
Oh, nice.
And, we don't have those nights where you hear other coaches, oh my God, we only had 22 guys at practice. We don't have that. And you can't practice with 22. You just can't, not effectively at least. And so it starts with that. We have a dedicated group of players and coaches. And so our season, in quick, looking back, we went undefeated. We lost 32 guys from the year before. So that was a lot. And we were wondering, where we'd be a little bit, but our quarterback was back and he's a focal part of our offense. And so We go undefeated. We ended up playing the semifinal game here and beat St. Pete's, and then we end up in the city finals and we beat St. Mark's, your former school.
Exactly.
In a tough, hard-fought game, and we end up down in Windsor for the second straight year. OFSA last year was our first OFSA berth. Connor, we had won the city championship 3 times before, but back in the day when you won, you had to win a play-in game against OFSA, which is kind of like the Peterborough kind of area ish, Belleville, Peterborough, and we had lost that game. So we had never been to OFSA until last year, and then so we've been the last 2 years. Unfortunately, not the result we wanted. We got beat by St. Roch, a team from Brampton, a very good football team. We got beat 28-14, but extremely proud of our group. We have many kids that are playing in the CIS, including one actually at Acadia right now, and nice. We try to give them all the tools possible to continue to play football once they're done here at St. Joe's.
Oh, perfect. And I mean, for your next upcoming season, do you have a lot of returning players? Like what's next season shaping up to look like?
So we lose roughly 20. So not as many as the year before, but some real key pieces. When you lose your quarterback, who's, arguably the best quarterback in Ottawa, that allows you to do a lot of stuff on offense. And our offense is actually eerily similar to my early Acadia days. When I say my early, like the late 80s and 90s, when, Air Acadia, as we were called, threw the ball all over the place.
Nice.
We have some similarities to our offense, and we are able to do that because we have Ashton as our quarterback, Ashton St. Germain. So with him leaving and, a couple other key pieces leaving, things are going to change. They always do. But having said that, we still have a nice core group of guys where I know we'll be competitive. We expect 5 or 6 of our guys to play CIS next year. That's the kind of hope. We had 6 from last year as well, so that's a good number. That's not a number that all programs can match, right? So very proud of that for sure.
For sure, and it sounds like you guys are on the up and up too. A couple of back-to-back, trips to OFSA. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next year. Are you guys doing anything with, like, I know sometimes, high school sport can be up in the air where it comes to strength and conditioning. Are you guys doing any kind of camps in the summer or anything like that over the winter?
So we do. We give our boys and girls, I should mention that our kicker is a female, and she's been was the all-city kicker last year, and she's outstanding. But we give our group about a month off after the school year is done. And then for the last, several years, we bring in a guy by the name of Donnie Ruiz, who you may know.
Actually, Donnie's coached me. Yeah,
right.
I've done stuff with Donnie, yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, Donnie's outstanding. He runs the Elite Performance Academy, or is part of that academy in the West End, and he comes and trains our boys often at lunchtime, actually. So our boys actually come down and get lifting, which is great, and he tests them, and he holds them accountable. Donnie does a great job at how he delivers messages and talks to kids, and let's be honest, he works with a lot of the athletes that are in the CFL, or say Ottawa U at Carleton, or kids that are playing in the CIS that come back in the summertime to Ottawa. Many of them go to Donnie. He's a great person, and he knows what he's doing. So yeah, we'll get right back onto that. And also now is a time, just like university, where they got to, buckle down in the classroom a little bit. Football takes up a lot of time, and I got all their marks, so I know how they're doing. And for the most part, very happy. I will add this in, I'm really proud. We have 54 guys, Connor, and just got all the marks actually this morning for our guys at the first midterm, and our team average is 74. So I'm pretty proud of that, actually. It's a pretty good number. Hey,
better than what my average was.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I think there's a lot of people that could say that, but anyways, yeah. So we go at it, year round. Having said that, I want my guys and girls, to play other sports too. I don't believe in being the one-trick pony, and so many of them are going to play other sports here at school and in the off season, whether that's school sports or community sports. But I highly recommend that, right? And then, but yeah, well, they'll be in the weight room starting probably in about 2-3 weeks.
That's perfect. And I mean, like I've had some experience with Donnie too, because funny enough, there's been plenty of guys that have gone to Acadia during my generation that kind of went through that EPA process. defensive backs, Brad Hinton, I believe Harrison DaCosta.
Okay.
I used to go run one-on-ones with Donnie and a bunch of the guys at Ottawa U and Carleton, and so yeah, fantastic coach, and it's good to hear he's in the mix. Yeah, great guy, great coach. And yeah, so I mean, aside from that, Blaine, I want to thank you for your time. Like, thanks for popping on. It's just a nice little short interview to talk about how things are going for you and whatnot. So really appreciate your time, and wishing you all the best this holiday season. And yeah, go get them next year.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Connor. I'll throw in one more thing just because, at the Officer Bowl, I got a chance to speak to Coach Flaxman, and he's actually coming into our school next Wednesday, and he's going to put on a little presentation for our boys, and, to see if anyone's interested, and there's some guys that they, want to talk to. So it's my pleasure. It's been a lot of fun, and keep doing what you guys are doing. You're doing a great job helping out with, Acadia football. And I think it's pretty special what you guys have got going.
Oh, we appreciate that. We'll keep the train going.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, thanks again, Blaine. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Take care,
All right.
Connor.
You too. Talk soon.
I know.